Hey guys, real quick before we dive on into this week's episode of the Munster Cast, we want to do this quick little intro. Unfortunately, we do pre-recorded episodes sometimes here and there, so this intro is actually being recorded in real time for you guys. We wanted to do this intro to pay respect to recent passing, Mr. Ricou Browning, who a lot of people know as the creature from the Black Lagoon. Uh,
The
so
inspiration to Gilbert.
to Uncle Gil. Uh, and if you ever watched the creature from the Black Lagoon or even looked at the credits and stuff, he's actually just credited. It's just Gilman. That's what they call him, is Gilman. And he actually portrayed Gilman from 1954 to 1956 in all three movies. So you had like the creature from the Black Lagoon from 1954. And cool thing is, he's the only one who played the creature in all three films as the underwater scenes. So there was another gentleman in each movie. It was a different actor who played Gilman on for the on land scenes. Sorry. So yeah, like most people do know him just basically from like Creature from the Black Lagoon. He also portrayed him in Revenge of the Creature in 1955, I believe it was, and The Creature Walks Among Us in 1956, guys. And I'm just a huge fan of the original Creature from the Black Lagoon film. And the biggest thing, Tivis, here is, he was the last original Universal Monster actor still alive with us today. So big buck of the win for him, man. Big buck of the win. I definitely it definitely sucks because I at least recently was watching like a lot of pictures coming out of him at like cons and stuff like that, because he was still doing conventions and stuff. If you're watching the video, we're putting some photos up here and there of it, and yeah, it was definitely awesome, especially from a man who is reportedly said that he really didn't care too much for the creature. He was a lot more happy about a lot more things that he did in his life. He's like, it's overrated. um but yeah, definitely he was a great one for us all. If you ever loved the creature from the Black Lagoon. um I don't know, do you have anything to say before I dive into my spiel of him real quick?
Obviously, you're more. Uh, you know his career better than I,
Mhm.
but I just want to give the general thank you for what you've contributed to, you know, not just the creature, but your career and stuff.
Yeah,
It's helped spawn and inspire so many things.
definitely. And that's something I actually wrote down too. But before I dive into that, so basically everyone knows him as playing Gilman. He was also a writer and director, and played various roles on sets as like crew members and stuff like that. Um, he definitely loved the business. He loved the business, and he loved underwater or anything dealing with water scenes for sure. Uh, he was also a stunt diver for the 1954 film, so it came out around the same time as The Creature of the Black Lagoon. The 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, he was a stunt diver on there. And another great one that not a lot of people ever really discuss or anything. There was also another great character born directly from the vision of movie and television underwater stuntman Ricou Browning. Uh, so while watching Lassie on TV with his kids sometime, Browning was inspired to invent an underwater counterpart to the courageous, pup, and wrote the story about a boy and a dolphin named Flipper. So without Mr. Browning, we don't get Flipper. He came up with the idea. He co-created the movie in 1964, which or 1963, sorry. Um, and he did like the two different movies. There was one in 1963 just called Flipper, the Fabulous Dolphin, and Flipper New Adventure in 1964. But then in 1964, they also went on to do a TV show as well. And all these were co-created with Jack Cowden. I'm not sure how to pronounce that name. So for all you Flipper lovers out there, pay some homage and respect to Mr. Browning as well, because without him, you don't get your Flipper TV. Like, we've had so many Flipper things over the decades. I do know the TV show actually had what's that guy's name? Actor with the mustache. He's very well known for the mustache. You know who I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, Tivis, come on. Burt Reynolds. That's
Burt
who it is.
Reynolds.
Yeah. So, definitely, guys, if you love, the Creature from the Black Lagoon, if you love Flipper, you definitely have to give it up to this man, Ricou Browning. Definitely will be missed in the I know for sure the Creature universal fandom for sure. And yeah, I actually found it very intriguing that no one really talks about his Flipper stuff, because without him you get no Flipper. But also without him, this dude was an underwater genius. Without the films such as The Creature from the Black Lagoon and things like that, we don't get a lot of great moments in pop culture TV these days. Even like shows and stuff, like I think there was a comic back in the day with Ninja Turtles, even Archie Comics. They had him in there. He ended up becoming, like, they did like this weird thing where they like took bits and pieces. They basically made a Frankenstein's monster out of bits and pieces of other Universal monsters. um, so and it was from like a TV and stuff. But I mean, he was even referenced in like the book It, anyways.
Mhm.
They didn't do that in the movie. That would have been awesome to see them do that in the movie. In the book, I know like Pennywise takes the form of Gilman and stuff like that. Um, and for the younger people, for the younger people out there, I know Monster High did a version of I think the character was called Laguna Blue or something like that, which was supposed to be the Creature's or Gilman's daughter. So you don't get a whole lot of stuff. I mean, there's like the Creature shows up in Hotel Transylvania. I mean, everywhere you look, there's references to him. There's even a song by Dave Edmunds called Black Lagoon, or Creature from the Black Lagoon. And I took a soundbite and I was going to play it, but then I was like, I don't want to get in trouble for it, because audio, like, playing music on these things always sucks. They hate
Yeah.
you for it.
Yeah.
But I think the most notable one recently was The Shape of Water in like 2017 or something like that.
Yeah.
Guillermo
It
del
was Del
Toro's.
Toro.
Yeah. Who was played by Doug Jones, who also played Abe Sapien in the Hellboy movies that Del Toro did too. A direct, like, they're all like directly taken from the Creature. And I feel you don't get those if it wasn't for the performance that he gave, especially the underwater stuff. I think that was like the most magnificent stuff, especially back in the 50s to do. I actually found out this guy, he used to be like the director or something like that at Wichiwachi Springs in Florida, which is it's a spring that they have. So it's like gorgeous water and stuff. Like, you can go there. I've gone there one time, and you can go there and like swim around, and You can see like the turtles swimming in the water with you. It's so clear, pitch perfect. But they also do underwater shows there, dude, and it's pretty cool. It's a mermaid show. They do a mermaid show. So I don't know if he started that back in the day, but he did direct them at one point in time in his career. So, but
That's cool.
yeah, I mean, as far as like pop culture and stuff like that, I could go on and on about references throughout time, just like Frankenstein and Dracula. Uh, the Gillman is, you know, the best. And just like the other characters I just mentioned, I mean, it feels only done. It's only, like I said, it's only done because of the performance. Like you don't really get anything, any of these awesome moments and stuff from without his original 3 performances where he did all the underwater work and stuff. So, um, so yeah, I pure and simple tip my hat to Mr. Browning, who brought me to fall in love with, universal monsters and stuff. Because not many people do know. I don't know if I've said it on the podcast or not before for the Munster Cast, but I love the Creature from the Black Lagoon story. I love the movies and stuff. And he's like my favorite character, I think, for the Universal monsters and everything. Yeah. Gave us all joy, especially with the different incarnations as well. And just a big bucket of wind, dude. Like big bucket of wind for him. Yeah. So I guess thank you, Mr. Browning. And
Yes, thank you.
rest peacefully. Rest peacefully, dear sir. Like without him, we don't get a whole lot of stuff, So
Definitely.
especially moments in pop culture and random references that, a lot of people don't even know this.
Mm.
But most notably too, I mean, without the Creature from the Black Lagoon, I don't think we ever get like that monster love story, right? Like you just I'm trying to think of I mean, Dracula kind of like doesn't really.
He hypnotizes,
Yeah, he takes advantage.
enthralls, however you want to say it.
Right. Uh yeah, so that's our thing, guys. I mean, Tivis, do you have anything else? I know I knew him a lot more and had a lot more to say, but we just wanted to get on here, guys, real quick and pay homage to him and respect to him and his career and his life and stuff because without him potentially we may never have gotten any Munsters. I know the Munsters is not really dedicated a whole lot to him, but every creature, every universal monster I feel helped create the
Contribute.
Munsters. Yeah, definitely.
Yes, absolutely. And I apologize for my voice. I'm on the verge of battling something off, but yeah, I know how important his career was to you, and that's why we wanted to take time to honor his legacy and kind of just mourn the loss with everyone else. But what a life.
Yeah, definitely. And what a great guy to be able to, as old as he was, getting to go out to the conventions and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Constantly going out to the shows and still like putting up like the Creature from the Black Lagoon stuff rather than, the thing he created, which was Flipper. Like, I mean, I'm not sure if there's like a massive following for Flipper out there. I've enjoyed the character throughout the years
That's pretty
myself,
obvious.
but that's when was I don't remember. I think they did like a Flipper movie with Elijah Wood years ago, a few years back. Well, clearly a few years back, but I don't remember when it was. But yeah, they did that one, and without him, you don't get that movie either, guys. Like, I don't know
Looks
what
like
to
the
say.
last movie was in 2006.
2006 was that the Elijah Wood one?
They don't have a link to it on.
Okay.
It's
Yeah. So
Flipper and Lopaka the feature.
okay. And I mean, I think there was even like a Flipper animated show and everything else too, like back in the day. So
Oh yeah, that was the 2005 Flipper and Lopaka.
okay. Whew. 2005 was back in the day, wasn't it? All right, guys. Well, we just wanted to do that. Thank you, Mr. Browning. Rico, I believe it is pronounced Rico. I feel it is, but if not, please correct me in some fashion, guys. Like that's what I've always called him. So yeah, definitely great man. He will be missed, especially in the monster world
Community.
out
Yeah.
there. Yeah, the community out there, guys. So thank you guys, and I guess we will let you get on to this week's Munster Monday episode, guys, of the Munster Cast, where you will be checking out
Farewell, Grandpa.
Farewell, Grandpa. All right, guys. So with that said, hopefully you enjoyed this week's episode, and definitely post your things about Mr. Browning if you've had any connection to the creature or Flipper or any of his other works out there, or if you just love water stunts for sure. Let us know in all the comments and stuff, guys. Well, with that said, enjoy this week's episode, and we'll see you later. I'm Myke Shrews,
And I'm Tivis,
and you're listening to
the Munster Cast.
episode 55. Welcome back, everybody, to the Munster Cast, the podcast where we watch and talk about the Munsters. I am, of course, your host, Myke Shrews, here with my co-host and friend Tivis. So, Tivis, please tell me and the people we're all eager to know. How you doing today, dude?
Pretty good.
Awesome.
It's Friday for us.
Oh, great.
Happy Munster Monday to everyone else.
Happy Munster Monday, everybody. Real quick, do the dirty work. You can find the MunsterCast on all social media platforms. That is Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all at the MunsterCast. You can also find us on the YouTube, where you can see our pretty ugly faces every Munster Monday via youtube.com/at the MunsterCast. And that'll take you directly to our YouTube channel, everybody. You can also email us at themunstercast@outlook.com. You can tell us your Munster stories, your Munster fandoms, all that fun stuff. Let us know why you love the Munsters and what brought you to the Munsters. You can also just swing on over to the MunsterCast.com website and just check out all of our content in one spot. It's a lot easier than going to this spot and that spot and this spot and that spot. You can go there, check out all of our audio, video, reviews, vlogs, and all that stuff. And don't forget to click a little mic button on the right hand side of the screen, and you can leave us a voice message directly on the website.
It does not look like Myke.
No, it does not look like me. Sadly. I wonder if I can change that. Put my face there. Ooh, that'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of freaky. You can also go to themunstercast.com/merch shop and buy any of our Munsters shirts. They are designed specifically for you guys, the Munsters fans out there. So definitely check those out, please.
Nobody wants to click your little mic.
You can also go to patreon.com/themunstercast, and there you can basically just tip us if you think that we're doing a good job. If you like everything that we've been doing, guys, you can tip us there. There's also a tier called support Lester's next big investment. That tier gets you into our Discord, where you can follow along with us every week with the Munsters Today show, as it's a little hard to find everywhere else, and we're not allowed to put it directly onto YouTube. So we have it set up there for you guys to watch.
The best workaround we have found right now to not get ourselves taken down.
Right. We don't want to cause any chaos or anything like that.
It's easy to get on Universal's bad side. I'm not joking.
Especially on YouTube.
Oh, there's people who just say bad. give them bad reviews and they take them down under arbitrary bullshit. So
Yeah. Universal and was it Paramount? They're both like real sticklers. I don't know if it's just because they aren't
executives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You Tivis, go ahead with this one, man.
Oh, leave us a review on your podcatcher of choice. And if it doesn't allow you to do that, go ahead and leave it on our YouTube videos, our Facebook, our Twitter. Email us your feedback. And most importantly, tell a friend. All this stuff helps the show way more than anything else you could do.
Yes, it does. It definitely helps out. Puts us up there so other people can see us and everything like that. My office light kept flickering, so I had to turn it off. So that if anyone's watching the video, that's what happened. So what else is there? There's not much else really to go on.
No, that's it.
Everything, guys. We did it. We're done. All right. Thanks for listening
we finally
to the
got
Munster
this down
Cast.
after 50-something episodes.
Right. All right, guys. So we're gonna dive on into this week's episode then of the Munsters Today episode. Is it 6, correct?
6. Yep.
And it is called what, Tivis?
Farewell, Grandpa. Another Grandpa Leaves Home story, maybe.
Yes.
Or was it?
Farewell, Grandpa, which aired November 12th, 1988. And here is my synopsis that I wrote because I actually did it this time.
Hey, Myke did his homework.
All right, here we go. Farewell, Grandpa. Immigration officials arrive at the Munster mansion with the intention of sending Grandpa back to Transylvania because he is not a citizen of the United States. Grandpa must finally admit to the family that he never found the time in his 200 years in America to file for citizenship. And then chaos ensues.
That's, pretty apt. Yeah, this one was written by Elroy Schwartz. Schwartz is they have a long career in TV. They got 2 episodes of the original Addams Family.
With a name Schwartz, you don't think that they're working in the entertainment industry? Come on.
It's two episodes of the 65 Addams Family. Sadly, no original Munsters, but still, that's pretty cool. 10 episodes of My Three Sons, which we know is a favorite of Herman Munster. 6 episodes of Family Affair. 9 of the 69 Brady Bunch Show. 27 episodes of Dusty's Trail, which is one of their, longest running stuff. 5 episodes of The $6 Million Man. 13 episodes of 64's Gilligan's Island. The Rescue from Gilligan's Island TV movie. The Castaways on Gilligan's Island TV movie. And the Harlem Globetrotters on Gilligan's Island TV movie. And then after this, they returned for one more episode of Addams Family with the 98 show. And that was the last thing they wrote for. All right.
There was a 98 show of the Addams Family?
The new Addams Family, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The one that was on like Fox Kids or whatever, right?
I do not know.
Okay, never mind.
You're asking a guy who doesn't know much about Addams Family other than I don't care for the new movies. Sorry about that. Peter Isaacson returns to direct this one.
Okay.
And we have 4 guests. Gregory Sierra as Don Steinberg. Now, he got his first acting credit in 1969 with It Takes a Thief. He's been in quite a few things. 4 episodes of The Flying Nun, Beneath the Planet of the Apes, Weekend Terror. Let's see, 3 episodes of Mission Impossible. Going through this stuff real quick. 3 episodes of Gunsmoke. Hey. Bridge fell down. Not seeing a whole lot here that's sticking out to me. Oh, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, of course. We're getting into the time where I'm alive.
Right.
Yeah. So I haven't seen a whole lot with him in it myself, but is this like 128 different shows and movies he's been a part of. Then we got Oh, did something stick out to you?
No, I've gone down a rabbit hole of something completely different. Ignore me.
Oh, okay. Are you looking at the Flying Nun?
No, no.
Okay. We have Ron Coolman as William Wickham. He got his start in Black Sheep Squadron in 1977. Appeared as Philip Covington III in The Brady Girls Get Married, and returns for The Brady Brides, 7 episodes of that. He was an episode of Knight Rider, Dynasty. Returns again as Philip Covington III in the 90s Brady show. So, there's some continuity with the Bradys that I did not expect. A Very Brady Christmas, he's in that too. Good Lord.
Like you said, the Bradys were a big thing that they
God.
just dove into.
Yeah. And the last thing he was in is a 2012 short film called Palms. Let's see. We also got Jay Fidichel as Mayor Hutley. Now, I thought I recognized this guy, so I was expecting to see something that stuck out to me on his list. Nothing really did. His first credited role was a patient on MASH in '76. He appeared on 2 episodes of Wonder Woman, The Bionic Woman, Murder, She Wrote. And the last thing he's credited for is a secretary in Murphy Brown.
Murphy Brown.
And the last guest we have today is Kenny Rhodes as the Punker. Now, he started first acting credit is Quincy ME or in Quincy ME in 1980, but his second was the boy in Munster's Revenge.
Just kind of cool.
Yeah, he's got some Munsters background. Oh, wow.
Think about it, the Munsters Revenge only came out 7 years before this show started.
Yeah.
That's crazy to think. Like, you still had Fred Gwynn and stuff roaming around, and
yeah, for a couple more years, sadly.
Yeah.
Last thing he was in is he appeared as just an employee in American Auto, which is a great sitcom I'm currently watching, and just bought the box set for season 2 because Hulu won't let me watch it without the TV. He has gone on to be a director, though. So he's directed things like Hour of Stars, most recent 11 episodes of Orange Carpet Special Edition. So, he's still in the business.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. I think we're ready to dive into the chunk of it now. You're
okay. Yeah. I'm just
what
curious.
Did you dive down?
I was just, well, my facial expressions just now were just because I keep seeing ads for Star Trek all over IMDb, and I'm just like, why? You're confusing me. I'm starting to think everyone's in Star Trek because I see it on everyone's page.
I think Picard is premiering soon, or has.
It is. It has. Yeah. It just had the first episode, first or second or whatever.
Oh, that's right. Mika Burton went to
at the time of our recording, anyways. I should say.
Yes. If they didn't stick around to what I said at the end of that episode, that's on them. You should stick around for the whole thing.
So I went down a dive of the Addams Family show that you were talking about from the 90s. Yes. And found that the girl who plays Wednesday, that's all she did. Her entire career was that show, the TV movie for it, and then like one other little thing, and that's it. And then she retired after it.
Hey.
Left the business. And she's only as old as me. So she got out while she could. Or maybe some shit happened and she didn't want to stay.
Maybe.
So let's dive on into The Munsters, episode 6 of The Munsters Today. Farewell, Grandpa. November 12th, 1988.
So we start with Marilyn and Eddie and get a good look at them because they're not going to be back for a while.
Oh no,
they're working on some kind of clothing with a lot of feathers, and Herman walks in and sneezes, blowing over the furniture as well as the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
He can't figure out what is making him sneeze so much lately. And Marilyn's like, well, could it be the feathers we're using? He takes a big old whiff of it and says, nah, this ain't that. We never do find out what's causing him to sneeze.
No. I think it's just, seasonal allergies for him.
Could be. But
It was literally just a
specifically when
setup.
Maryland's nearby. So
You
I'm
know
going
what
to
made
say
him
it's got to be a
sneeze?
perfume.
What made him sneeze was the script. Let's just
Yeah.
because it comes into play later too. So
Yep. So he walks to the other side of the room, sneezes again, causing the furniture to flip back over to normal. Lily comes in with this handkerchief for him to use, and he blows into it, and it makes a sound like a boat noise. And Marilyn tells Eddie they should finish this when Herman isn't around because he's going to destroy it. Herman wants to know what they're making anyway. It turns out they're making the new high school mascot, the Mockingbird Raven.
I thought it was an eagle.
No, it's a raven.
That does not look like no raven by the end. Sorry.
It.
Spoilers.
We'll get to that. It's a raven. So Herman begins reminiscing about when he used to play football in the old country, the Transylvania Vultures, part of the Poison Ivy League. Eddie wants to
That's
know
what
what
it is. Okay, yeah. I misspelled vultures and wrote cultures, and I was trying to figure out what the fuck I wrote that for. It's like, what is Transylvanian cultures? Sorry.
No, that's very confusing. Yeah,
I was like, what?
There's so many episodes of this where I have been in the same position. So Eddie, speaking of position, Eddie wants to know what football position Herman plays. And Herman's like, I was a defensive line, but he had to stop due to multiple injuries. The other teams were in the hospitals for weeks, which this just reminds me of when he tried to play baseball in the original show. And they couldn't sign him because the insurance was going to be astronomical.
Too high. Yeah. Yeah.
So Marilyn rushes up asking if they had a cheer. And Herman can't remember, but Lily does. And then she recites it. I'm not going to. Marilyn tells Eddie they need to get out before Herman sneezes again. And the doorbell rings.
So do you think that this means that Lily was a cheerleader for the Transylvania high school?
Maybe. She could also just been really into, high school.
Wait, what?
They did. There's assemblies where they do this stupid school motto thing.
Moving on.
So Herman opens the door, reciting the cheer to himself as he goes. It's two men. They're flabbergasted by Herman. They're so flabbergasted, I should say, that they try to walk in at the same time and get stuck for a second. They introduce themselves as...
you notice they never use both doors. They have a 2-door front door system.
I see that with people in my neighborhood with 2 doors. It seems like a waste of space. Why have 2 doors?
I always use it because I'm always bringing shit in my house.
Of course you have 2 doors. That doesn't shock me one bit.
It makes it a lot easier to bring furniture and shit in the house.
Oh, I'm sure, but that's the only reason to have it. But they introduced themselves as Don Steinberg and William Wickham. And Herman introduces himself as Herman Munster. The owl goes, who? Again, is this going to be a recurring joke?
Dude, the owl is like always there, and he keeps saying, and he confuses everybody every time he goes.
He does, because
then there's just like
Steinberg, Wickham, Munster.
Replace it, or they just continually re-say what they just said because of the damn owl. Oh, excuse me. And then this is so when they open the door, they flashed badges, and that's why Herman was like, "Okay, come on in." He didn't even know who the hell they were or what they were. We don't know if it's FBI, CIA, whatever, just a detective, anything.
It turns out they're from the INS, which Wickham can't recall what that means, which sets off my red flag as scammers, because we've had a lot of those in this show's history.
Right.
It's the Immigration and Naturalization Services. Herman invites them in first. He's like, come in, more. And then introduces Lily to them, and they're there for Vladimir Dracula. Lily wants to know why. Turns out Grandpa is an illegal.
Yep. Apparently, Grandpa hasn't done anything since he's moved there.
Yep. The two men try to sit in the same chair. Uh, Steinberg instead goes to the couch,
Sits
sits down
down.
so a plume of dust comes up.
Yeah.
Lily says that he's been a citizen since the Mayflower. He flew over 100 feet above it. They're like, no, that's not going to work with us. Our records never lie.
Yeah. Then the other
Bullshit.
guy, then the other guy's like, I'm gonna sit too. And
Yeah,
he like
he's like,
touches the couch to make sure. And then he sits. And then what happens with Spot?
Spot opens up his door, shoots out some fire, and they both jump up. This is a little bit after because they're like, when is Grandpa going to be back?
Oh,
And
yeah.
he's like, well, he's going to be a while. He's at the blood bank, and he takes some time getting his withdrawals.
Yeah.
So the Spot does his thing. They both jump up, and they're like, it's Steinberg at first is, what the hell is that? And Lily's like, oh, that's just our pet. He ate a VW, and German food just doesn't agree with him, so he's a bit
Gives him indigestion.
yeah. So Steinberg is like, you know what? We'll come back later, and they quickly move to the door, which opens and closes on its own. I might add.
Yeah.
Is this the Invisible Man living with them again?
That's what I wrote. I was like, is it the Invisible Man? Is this like Grandpa's buddy finally showing back up? Invisible Man or ghost or whatever you want to call it,
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. So if Grandpa can't prove his citizenship, he's going to be on the next flight back to Transylvania.
he just
Later
fly
on,
back anyways.
Lily
Illegally.
wants to know what he means he's not an American citizen, which is a great line to cut to. The bat attempts to flee, but Herman has a giant net ready for this, which tells me this is a regular thing Grandpa does. Herman misses, and Grandpa flies away, but Lily demands he comes back. So Herman, meanwhile, just says, bye, Grandpa.
Then we get the puff of smoke.
Yeah. A little
and he loves to flutter his hands afterwards. And he flutters a lot longer, too, than normal.
He's like, look, I just forgot. I never took up the papers. I've been busy. And Herman's like, for 200 years?
I do think that the him fluttering his arms like that is probably also a good way to get the smoke out of his freaking face.
Oh yeah, definitely.
For the actor at the same time. And then we find out that is this right where we find out how old Grandpa is in here? No, that's later.
No, that's later. That's the next scene.
Yeah.
We get Lily saying that he's gonna lose his head if it wasn't attached to his shoulders, and then Herman kindly reminds her that it's him who would lose his head.
It's me. You see these neck bolts? They connect my neck to my shoulder bone. My shoulder bone's connected to my
He just breaks out into that famous song about bones, which he then promptly stops when Lily glares at him.
Now that would be a thing, man.
Yeah, if this was more modern day, she might have the red eyes like Rob Zombie gave her, like, shut up.
Like the sparks flying out.
Yeah. So Grandpa doesn't know how he will fix this, but he knows he's not going back to Transylvania. They'll never kicking him out of this country.
He's like, I'm not leaving this country. I'm not even leaving this chair.
Yeah. He sits down. He's like, I'm not moving out of this chair. Cut to some office where he's still in the chair. He's filing for citizenship, I think. I'm not sure what's going on in this scene. This changes next.
This is them going through the process of trying to I'm assuming deportation, because that's what they do. They just kick people out.
It's a bunch of weird questions for just kicking someone out, though, which is why I was confused. So because they're like, what's your name and age? He said Vladimir Dracula. I'm 399.
He's like, you already know that, though. Like, you already know my name.
The guy does not have time for jokes. He's like, I'll just say you're 60. And Grandpa's like, that's awfully kind of you. So,
which compared to the original show, Grandpa's gone down in age now.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. So this tells me that official paperwork is meaningless if they're just going to lie about his age. Grandpa, they ask him what his occupation is, and he just turns to him and goes, bloodsucker. Which I'm taking that he's trying to threaten the guy, but the guy takes it to mean lawyer. Grandpa does not like this. Then they go and try to take Grandpa's photo. This was a fantastic vampire joke.
Yeah. Which,
Um,
I mean, we've seen him take photos in the past, though.
yeah, he's been in
Maybe
the
not this
newspaper.
one. Not was this Grandpa in anything yet?
No, this iteration we have not seen in a photo.
So let's wait and see as we progress through this show if they keep that lore up and don't have him show up in photos.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm interested to see if they continue that.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah, they continually take photographs, and the guy's like, he doesn't show the camera. And he's like, I don't. And then the other guy comes over and he takes a photo,
they
and
look
then
at
he
it.
takes another photo.
His head is missing.
Yeah, his clothes are
That's
there, but his head's just gone.
so.
Old school Dracula lore, you know.
Yeah, but Grandpa really gets into this as they go.
Yeah.
He's posing with the ID photo that they give him. Not the ID, the number.
The ID tag, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The prison tag, the prison numbers.
So now he's being locked up, which is what threw me. There's my damn alarm I keep forgetting about. Yeah, they're throwing him in jail.
And there's a guy sitting in his chair.
Yeah, the chair is already in the jail cell.
Yeah. But there's like this punk rock dude sitting in the chair.
I didn't realize that's what was going on. I thought because Grandpa just steps to him and I'm like, oh, he's going for the biggest guy in the cell. He's showing whose boss he is. Then they do this little dance and he sits down and I'm like, oh, it's his damn chair.
The biggest guy in the cell. That Grandpa was like 1.5 feet taller than that dude.
You know the rules.
What's that supposed to mean? First of all, I know the rules.
Moving on. So
damn. Okay.
Yeah. So he then asks the punk, what are you in for? The punk goes, I bit the cop and ran away. And Grandpa goes, oh, in Transylvania it's a felony to run.
You can't bite and run, yeah.
Yeah. So then the mayor shows up. And Grandpa's like, oh, the mayor's personally down here to bail me out. No, they're throwing the mayor in jail too.
And why are they throwing the mayor in jail?
Yeah, because he went on a campaign about his integrity and honesty. Well, he got thrown in for false advertising.
If only we could do that in real life.
Yeah, doesn't that just sum up all politicians?
We need to adopt that into like real life shit.
Yeah. So the punk asks Grandpa what he's in for, and Grandpa tells him he's from another country. And then the punk goes, I'm from another planet. Grandpa does not know how to process this.
He just like walks away.
He knows aliens exist. He talks about the Andromeda galaxy.
Yeah. And then Herman busts in and is like, Grandpa, are you in here? It's like, no, I left. I went on vacation. I checked out for the day.
Yeah, he's got like a cart of food that you would see on like a just train trolley type thing.
Yeah. Or a hotel.
You look confused by this.
Or a hotel.
Yeah, a hotel. I guess that more people would recognize it from that. But he whips off the whatever the sheet that's over top of it that I can't recall the name of that Myke is laughing at me about. It's chicken in a casket. Herman's like, why don't you turn into a bat and leave? Grandpa's like, they keep it too bright.
So
Herman goes,
new lore.
They don't play fair. Yeah, I'm like, that's interesting.
He can't change. He can't do the is it transmogrification, correct?
I believe so.
He can't anamorph into a bat.
I was gonna say that. Yeah. Herman then compliments them on the bars. I've never seen bars this good before. And he rips the door off on accident because, of course, he does.
Every time Herman is in a jail room, period, he always rips the door off, no matter what.
This reminded me of the movies. They're taking inspiration from them, and that's great.
Well, they literally did it 7 years prior in the Revenge, Munster's Revenge.
And just like in that movie, Herman's like, oh, I'm so sorry. He goes to put it back, but Grandpa's like, no, let me out first.
Yeah.
And,
And then the
uh,
other guy tries to get out and he's like,
yeah,
nope.
yeah, they put he's like, wait, I want to come with you to Pennsylvania. And he's like, no, I'm Transylvania. And he goes, oh, never mind. Which again makes me think that country in this world is real weird. But then the mayor comes up to Herman and asks him to call his wife and tell her he won't be home for dinner.
Yeah.
And also pass this note to his secretary that they won't be able to go to Rio. Herman says, oh,
They
that's too
really
bad.
they really set up the political stuff in this episode right here in the world of just like how like bad or corrupt and how like asshole-ish some of the people are. Like, yeah, I've been cheating on my wife and I lie about everything I said.
Yeah.
So,
I, I want to point out they are leaving the chair behind.
yeah, I noticed that too. And then we go to the Munster mansion where we finally get a scene of an exterior. A
Yeah.
little bit. It's enclosed, but
It's outside the door, which
it's right
this
outside the
made
door.
me
Yeah,
so happy.
it's very enclosed though. It's very like,
It is,
you
but I
know,
hope it's a step to seeing more of
more
this.
of it. Right.
Yeah. So yeah, Grandpa's like, hey, what are we gonna tell Lily about why I'm not in jail? And Herman's like, well, let's just pretend nothing happened and maybe she won't ask. And
Yeah.
Grandpa just glares at him like, of course she's gonna ask. Sometimes he doesn't think he's got the brains he was made with, which it really seems like he's not as smart as he used to be in this show. I just want to say that I hope that goes
That's
away.
that's why I'm like, at this point now, we're 6 episodes in. Plus, we saw the pilot, which
Mhm.
you didn't get to see when the show first came out originally. But at this point, I'm just like, it's not. So it's supposed to be a continuation of the original show, but it's
But it's
not
its
at the
own
same
thing.
time. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a, what would they
Soft
call it?
reboot.
A requel. Like it's a reboot sequel, basically, is
Yeah,
what
it's
they
a
call them nowadays.
soft
That's
sequel is
yeah.
the original term, which sounds less stupid. Uh,
You sound less stupid.
thank you. Uh, I'll take that as a
I had a
compliment.
Herman moment there.
Yeah, it's something like he's already 10 times smarter than he was in that pilot. So I hope as we go,
Yeah.
it's something that kind of just get away from in the writing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but at this time, Lily opens the door to throw something outside, walks right past the two of them before realizing they are there. It immediately demands to know why Grandpa isn't in jail. Grandpa hurriedly tells her, I got time off for good behavior. And then they run inside. And I'm like, is the chair going to be back magically?
Nope.
Yeah, the answer is no. They kept the continuity. Uh,
Yeah.
so she's like, you were only there for 2 hours. He's like, I was very well behaved. Lily isn't buying it and demands to know.
She gets pissed off too because so they tell her what happened,
Well,
like,
first she's like, you didn't just open the jail and walk out. And Herman's like,
no.
no, I broke it and we walked out. Oh, she gets so mad.
And then she's like, you're an accomplice now, right, dude? Like,
Yeah.
and she gets pissed off not really at Herman as much as her dad, because she's like, you better figure a way out to clear my
Oh,
husband's
yeah.
name.
There's a great gag here, though, because she's like, when she tells him that you're in trouble for aiding and abetting now, he gets scared about going to jail, starts chattering his teeth, and we get the sound effects.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grandpa's like, calm down. It's not the end of the world. It's not even that exciting. Yeah. So
And he looks over at Lily and he's like, Lily, see, doesn't Herman always blow things out of proportion?
yeah.
And that's when she goes and she's like, look, all I know is you need to
What I
figure a way out to clear my husband's name.
yeah, what I think is you better figure this out. And then storms off, leaving Herman and Grandpa looking at each other. Like, I love that they keep the fiery passion of Lily in this, but she's
Yeah.
also she was siding way too much with Grandpa in the old show when Grandpa's clearly in the wrong.
Yeah. I can see that.
Especially like over Herman and a lot of arguments between the two of them. Yeah. Down we get the lab window again. Were you excited?
Yeah, yeah. Got another shot of the lab window with the
Yeah,
gate, with
sounds like this.
further from the gate this
This sounds
time.
like this transition is losing its luster with you.
No, no, I'm just I'm just interested to see if they do more, because they have a
Yeah,
full model that they built for it. So,
I'm curious if the back door is ever going to appear again because I swear it was in those scenes with the kitchen.
mm,
The one
I
that
don't,
goes out to their garage.
right. I'm not sure.
Well,
What garage? They don't have a garage. Did you see the front of that house? There's no garage.
yeah, there might not be in this one. That's true.
The garage in the original show was separate from the house too. It wasn't attached, was
Yeah,
it?
yeah. Well, it's still garage. Anyway, Herman rushes after Grandpa in the lab, wondering what they will do when these people come looking for them again. He's like, I don't want to go to prison. Grandpa says, relax, we'll be invisible, which confuses Herman as they won't know where to put the handcuffs.
Yeah.
So Grandpa's like, no, you idiot. They're not going to see us, so they can't arrest us. And how does this help Herman when he has to go to work? So
I don't understand the whole thing of why Herman's even involved. It was 88. Did we have like massive security cameras back then for them to have seen Herman break
they
Grandpa
knew that
out?
Herman went back there, though, and then all of a sudden Grandpa's gone. Because they had to allow him back there.
Doesn't mean he did it.
That's very suspect. He's at least a suspect. So Grandpa goes to grab his invisible potion and ask for a hand, which Herman begins giving him an ovation. Grandpa's like, "No, stop it! Put your hand out." So he does it with his palm down, and Herman Grandpa turns it around. So he drops a little bit of whatever the invisible potion is into both his hands, and then they're like, okay, now clap. So they do, and they both vanish. Then Herman howls because Eddie hasn't been around for a while and says that Grandpa is outstanding. Yeah. Or no, he says Grandpa's out of
Outstanding.
sight.
Yeah.
So even without Eddie, we're going to get the howls from somebody. That's
Yeah.
happened twice now.
I just Grandpa stop. Grandpa stop. Okay. So then we go back up to the living room where Lily is talking about of course it's not it's the mascot. And she's like
the raven is upset.
I
I don't know
it's
why.
not a real
We don't
bird.
know why.
It's supposed to be a mascot. It's not a real bird
Yeah.
because I think he's offended by the appearance of it, like that it doesn't
maybe.
look like a real bird or something.
I think this is the first instance, at least in this show, where we jump into something happening mid conversation.
Yeah.
We don't know what started it. All we know is the raven's upset.
Yeah. And basically she's done with it, and she's like, I'm dealing with a jealous raven.
The raven blows a raspberry at her, and whatever, I'm done. And Grandpa's like, good decision. So she turns around. What? Well, she's looking around. She can't see Grandpa.
Oh yeah.
And she's just fed up with all of this, a jealous raven, a couch. She thinks the couch is talking to her now.
She thinks the couch is mimicking Grandpa's voice.
Yeah. Which the ravens have the ability to do that. Why wouldn't she think it's the raven? But whatever.
They don't have the ability to mimic your voice, do they?
Oh, have you never seen they have there's many like crows and stuff. They have like parrots. They can talk.
That's freaky.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So she's like finds out Grandpa's invisible and sitting on the couch. She's like, well, where's Herman? Turns out Herman was standing next to the couch, and he sits down, which causes it to
lift up.
Yeah, I love this continuity that's a continuation. So she goes over and she gets like excited by him being invisible, and then I think it was meant to be his butt, but it looked like his junk. And like she's seems
great.
real happy with this development for some reason, but she quickly referred. What was
This I was gonna say this shows a lot of good acting from Lee Merriweather because it gives her the opportunity to do all this stuff without anybody there,
Yeah.
because she is the only one in this scene, and yet she's interacting with two other people, and she does it magnificently, dude. Like
Oh
I
yeah.
felt like Grandpa and Herman were literally in the room right there when
Oh
she
yeah.
did it.
Especially
Yeah,
when she rounds on Grandpa. She's like immediately turns to Grandpa. How does this fix the issues with immigration? It's like, they're gonna see right through your plan. And Grandpa's adamant that this is gonna work, but the doorbell rings.
they're
The two
supposed to see
immigration
right through him.
Yeah, the two immigration officers walk in asking if her husband came home with her father. And she says they did, but they disappeared, which is not lying.
Right.
Herman speaks up, telling them that Lily never lies. This freaks Steinberg out a little, who tells Wickham, he's like, hey, why don't you go search over there and I'm going to search over here? But Wickham's like, well, why don't I always get the search over there?
Mhm. Yeah, then they start running around the house looking for Herman or Grandpa or whatever. Then there's an instance where like Eddie comes out and the chickens or
Well,
the birds
before
are
that,
in.
remember the furniture was moving on its own around them to
Yeah.
harass them. Grandpa and Herman are just doing everything they can to mess with these two immigration
Now, do you
officers.
think it was Herman or do you think Grandpa was just running around doing it?
Maybe it was Grandpa, but if it was him, he was running. That's when, yeah, Eddie and Marilyn come down the stairs. Eddie is in the mascot costume, which is now complete. Steinberg says, "Hey, you bird, come here."
Except for the
Why?
head, he doesn't have the mask on, and then he's like, "Yeah, come here," and then he starts chasing Eddie around. Like I was so confused by this part.
Yeah.
Like he just chases Eddie, and then Marilyn's being
No,
chased down too. I,
fuck this at this point. Leave my kid alone. Get out of my house.
right? Like what the hell are you doing, dude? Like it was so weird when they started chasing the kids.
Yeah, and Marilyn starts throwing stuff out of the box that she was making, like a bunch of feathers and stuff, which causes Herman to sneeze and
Yeah,
counters the potion for both him and Grandpa somehow. The two officers see Herman and Grandpa as they quickly reapply the invisibility potion and disappear again.
and then Herman does drop the invisibility potion, so they can't do it again.
Yep. And Marilyn comes in, like, she comes in from out of nowhere with a box of feathers, just for no reason, I might add, starts chucking them on the people. Just absolutely no reason to do this.
It's all crazy. It's all the whole end. It becomes like a crazy ass, like just like what are we doing, guys?
Grandpa begins pleading with Herman, please do not sneeze. Of course, Herman does. And
Yeah.
they not only reappear, but this one is so powerful
Or-
that it blows the two agents and Lily around the room and the fireplace out.
Well, the thing is, oh jeez, I am so tired today. The thing is,
Early morning, people.
freaking, um, why does Herman sneezing take Grandpa out of being invisible?
I don't know. So, is it this like the sound, the sonic boom created?
You'd think like Grandpa would just stay away from Herman at that point if he thought the sneezing was. But at least Grandpa has something that has a way to get out of it,
Yes.
So they're not like stuck invisible. Because
His inventions usually always have something that goes
do
wrong
you
though.
think the Invisible Man took Grandpa's invisibility potion
And drink it.
and and he's stuck that way because he never sneezes?
Wouldn't he pop back when Herman sneezes? Apparently.
If he's in the area,
Yeah, I
you're
don't
assuming he's always in the house.
wouldn't he be just if I was stuck invisible, I'd be like hiding I'd be next to Herman constantly waiting for him to sneeze.
I wouldn't.
That's gonna make
I'd be annoying my wife because she can't see me.
I just don't want to get hit by cars. That's I like to go outside. Yeah. So the
Yeah.
two agents stand back up and the boar blows dust on them, which, great continuity again. the board blows out dust.
Also, how did the invisibility potion make their clothes invisible? Just saying.
Uh,
There's always that question when you deal with the invisibility stuff.
Magic.
Well, even in Fantastic Four, she had to take like her clothes off to be invisible, except for when she was in the actual Fantastic Four outfit, like in the movie anyway.
Magic. Steinberg doesn't know what is going on, but he knows it's illegal. Everyone is under arrest, and Lily, with a smirk, says, "Oh yeah, what are you going to say in your report?" Wilkins like, "The truth." And Steinberg then tries to explain it. And Myke, I have the exact
what he said.
Yeah. So
monologue.
Yes. And it did not post very well in the chat. But would you like to attempt to read this with me? What part would you like to play?
Let's see here.
Steinberg or Wilkins?
I will do Wilkins, I guess.
All right. We arrived back at the Munster residence to apprehend the illegal alien.
The alleged alien, you mean?
The alleged alien, yes.
But the said alien was invisible.
Right. We chased them until someone sneezed, whereupon the suspect and his accomplice then
poofed back to visibility.
Right. Whereupon his grandson,
a chicken,
entered the scene. Suspects would have been apprehended at this time if not for... Oop, I forgot the last bit.
If it had been for... Dun, 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 dun.
This is you.
Various pieces of furniture following us around the room.
Yeah. They begin looking at each other, and Lily's like, "And who are you going to report this to?" And Wilkins is like, "Our boss?" They think for a second and add, aren't we? Yeah, Steinberg's like, "Maybe we should rethink this and bury the file." To which Grandpa says, "How appropriate." Steinberg congratulates Grandpa on becoming a citizen of the United States and leaves. Case closed.
So basically, Grandpa gets his citizenship by scaring the people and making them sound crazy.
Yep. And Lily's like, "Well, how do you want to celebrate?" And Grandpa's like all Americans, going out for Chinese food. Then they head to the back of the house. So I'm guessing they're going to maybe their garage with the Munster coach, which have we seen this show yet?
No, we have not.
All right, adding that to my list of things I want to see.
And Herman says that he drives a hearse, so I don't know.
The Munster coach was half hearse.
Yeah, old school hearse. Yeah. But before the officers leave, the door opens for them and then closes on them.
Yeah, that's it. Why do you even need to answer the door at this point? Your house does it for you.
Right.
So yeah, now we get this. We cut to a final scene in the living room where Marilyn is unveiling the new mascot costume to the family. Lily says it looks good enough to eat, and Herman comes in wondering what everyone is doing, which clearly they purposely forgot to invite him.
Yeah.
Because as he gets close enough, he sneezes the top of the mascot's head off. Marilyn is devastated, but Grandpa tells her not to be upset. Americans are going to think it's a bald eagle. Everyone laughs.
Oh boy. Yeah, there was a lot more there was a lot more like punny jokes, I guess, in this one.
Yeah.
Than the previous one. So
do you want to give your overall thoughts?
I mean,
or are you still collecting yourself?
I'm still there.
All right, I'll go first then. When we first read off Farewell Grandpa last week, I was worried that this was another Grandpa Leaves Home story. We got a different twist to that, and I hope the writers did that on purpose. Because they're trying to take Grandpa away from the family this time. It seems so in character that he would neglect filing paperwork.
I don't think that the writers would have done that because back in the day, we never really saw the episode titles. It's not like they put Farewell Grandpa in the title cue for this episode or anything
Yeah,
like
they don't
that.
do it for this one. That's true.
So I wouldn't say that the writers did it purposely, like named it that, you know.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, because we don't get a title card like we used to for the original show, which is disappointing, I might add. I like a title card.
Very
Or at least
disappointing.
putting it at the bottom and, subtitle type thing.
No,
No?
no, let's not do that. If you want, I'll go and edit every episode and put a title card in it for you if you want.
I like when shows say the name of the title, all right? So you have your thoughts yet?
Yeah, I mean, it was a fun episode. It had its moments, and then, but I was like, what the hell when they started chasing the kids around for no reason the
Yeah,
whole time. I was just like, it's what?
that
It,
just seemed unnecessary.
it was like they wanted to do like a Scooby-Doo chase at the end of this, and that was their way of getting one kind of in there, you know.
Yeah,
So
I could see that. It's what killed me is when everything is calmed down and Marilyn just comes from out of nowhere to instigate it again. Why?
because that's what fucking kids do, damn it.
But she's not supposed to be a kid anymore. I think. I'm not sure. Uh
That's what young adults do, dang it. I
yeah.
don't know. It was a fun episode though, but I mean, not one of the best ones that we've seen out of these.
No. But it was
But
certainly enjoyable. I would say I would probably give this
it had its moments because we get
8 out of
again,
10.
yeah, 8 out of 10. Okay. But it gets its moments because one, you get an actual exterior shot with the house, like
Mhm.
where the actors are interacting outside of the house. And then of course we get things not outside the house, on the property outside the house, I should say. And then you get other scenes with new characters like the INS officers and things like that. And just like, okay, that's awesome because we're starting to build onto the universe. We're adding in characters so that we understand how the rest of the world works within this show. So
Yeah.
it does help in the long run because as even though if it's I don't think it was like a great episode or not, it's still like building on to the universe that we're going to be enjoying for a while. So I
Yeah.
can see it.
Yeah. I agree.
Just as long as the INS guys don't come back. we don't need that again.
Yeah. So this week, I think it's finally time we take a look at our last family member that we have left.
Dun, dun,
Eddie,
dun,
played by James Marsden.
dun, dun,
There's a reason I was
dun.
saving this guy for when we had time to cover him. He was born January 3rd, 1975. So, still pretty young. um, he got his first acting credit in General Hospital in 1963. That
Mhm.
can't be right.
No. 1963 is when General Hospital started.
Oh, okay. So they just don't have the episode on IMDb.
Yeah.
Okay. So at least 1987, apparently. I'm like, wait a minute. Was his mom pregnant for like 12 years? What the fuck? But he's been on like James Marsden's career. Oh my God, has his career been incredible? Webster, Murphy Brown, uh, you know, Angel, almost an angel, not Angel itself. He was a voice on Next Generation, Baywatch. Like he's played Robin a couple times, like in the Misadventures of Bert and Adam. He played Robin in that, and also voiced Robin in the Brave and the Bold show. He's been he's an incredible voice actor on So many things. Okay, Mike, is that something?
I got you. For General Hospital, he was in there in 1986. Was his first
86.
professional
Okay.
acting job in 86.
All
Yep.
right. Someone fix that IMDb. Yeah, he's
Well,
got.
I think they only set that up to be what the year the show was made.
They usually put the year that they're appearing because that always trips me up.
Hmm.
Because it'll be like this person was in this show from 98 to 99, but the show ran from 95 to 2000.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
So,
we actually got a good story about James playing Robin when we had Daniel Roebuck on, because
yes.
Roebuck was talking about him. So that's pretty funny.
Uh, One of the most prominent roles is playing Goofy's son, Max Goof. Yes, his name is Goofy Goof. I don't know how many people know this, but
It's like Mario.
yes, that's a real thing. Uh, but he played uh, uh, someone on Full
Did he play
House.
did he play Max in the Goof Troop show or just the movies?
Ooh, that is a good question.
That's a good
Looks like
question.
he just the movies, but he was a
Okay.
voice in Starship Troopers: The Chronicles. Uh, he was also in Deep Space Nine. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
Of course you did. Yeah, Boy Meets World. He was on there for 9 episodes, playing Jason Marsden. Wonder where they got that name from. Do I keep calling him James? It's Jason.
Yeah.
Why haven't you corrected me?
I didn't hear you call him James
I have
till
called him
just
James.
now.
Everyone listening, send me emails about why I did that. Anyway, yeah, he plays himself in Boy Meets World. Uh, yeah,
I don't remember him playing himself. I guess maybe they just didn't change his name. Because I remember him in Boy Meets World. I don't remember him being an actor in Boy Meets World.
yeah. I mean, a fictionalized version of himself. Then
There's no such thing. When actors play themselves, they're themselves.
Kevin
Don't you
Bacon
know?
and Guardians.
Yeah. That is Kevin Bacon. That actually happened. That is a true story, sir.
Yep. Some really more prominent things. He played Garrett Miller in Extreme Ghostbusters, or if you're more into live action, Rich uh, Hulk, I think is how you pronounce that, from Step by Step.
Hmm.
He was in both of those shows for many, many episodes. He played the sidekick Gear in Static Shock. Yeah, like the list of stuff here, it's like overwhelming the amount of stuff I want to talk about and
Go
how boring
ahead.
I'm probably making this.
Talk. Well, you gotta say it in such a hyperactive way.
I thought I was.
Well,
Yeah.
what are the main ones that hit you really hard for him? Because I know like you love the
Uh,
voice acting stuff, a lot of the animated stuff that he's done.
Obviously,
So
the one that comes to my mind immediately is playing Max from the Goofy movie.
okay.
Like that
Okay.
right there, immediate, and then the rest of it kind of trickles in after that, which
Right.
is why I'm so upset I didn't get I had the opportunity. I didn't take advantage of the opportunity to talk to him at Gen Con last year when he was promoting the Goofy movie board game. I'm like, he was right there. Damn it. I didn't bring enough money. But yeah, hey, I'm
That's fun.
hoping to run into him again. He's someone I would love to get on this show and talk to.
Oh yeah, definitely. Just because of his career alone, like we
Yeah.
both watch a lot of the stuff that he's done um here and there. Cuz he even played uh, uh Kid Flash and Bart Allen, I think it was, or whatever the heck they want to call him, in the Young Justice show.
Yeah.
And I think it was the one that just ended, right? The 2000.
I believe it's still going.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't believe that one has been canceled just yet, but season 4 aired maybe a year ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one got canceled and then brought back because they were selling too many, or I'm sorry, they weren't selling enough toys and it was too big of an audience of girls watching the show. That is a direct quote from the CEO of Cartoon Network at the time.
Wow.
Yep.
Get wrecked. That sucks.
Yep. What an asshole.
He does have 4 things coming out as well, in production.
Yep.
And one that stands out to me is Batman the Doom That Came to Gotham, where he is playing Bruce Wayne as a young guy and Dick
And
Grayson.
yeah.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
that's gonna be great. And I just saw a Goofy movie, but it's real voice actors. But it's the real voice actors. I have to watch that.
Hmm.
Voice actors don't get enough credit. I'm sorry. Yeah, that this guy is multi-talented.
Well,
He's not in enough.
besides everything that he's worked on, is there anything else that sparked your mind when you were reading up on him? Anything?
Besides his voice acting, you said?
Yeah, well, besides his his career, yeah, his work. Anything about him in general?
Well, he's won 2 awards, if you're asking about that.
Okay.
He's got Best Male Vocal Performance in a Television Series in a Guest Role for Legend of Korra back in
Hmm.
2014. And also in 2014, Best Vocal Ensemble in a Television Series / Action Drama for Young Justice. But he's been nominated for like 19 others. So,
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah, it
Okay.
is. Uh, let's see here. Anything else? He graduated from high school at 16. His father founded the State Ballet of Rhode Island. He also founded the Miles Marsden Dance Studio. Apparently, he's prolific at ice skating, rollerblading, drawing, swimming, and collecting Disney movies. Is that a
To some people, yeah. Why not?
all right? Yeah. He was the best man to Will Freddie's wedding.
I don't know who that is.
He from Boy Meets World.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Ugh. All right.
Uh,
Is that it then?
yeah, a lot of this stuff is just like real personal stuff that I don't think
Yeah, they don't need to read any of that stuff.
nobody really cares about. But yeah, so
There's people out there that do care about it, but we aren't. I saw some of it. And I don't really think we need to bring any of that
yeah,
up.
no, it's like where he graduated from elementary school and stuff. Like what? Why?
Stalkers,
Yeah,
stalkers,
but yeah,
stalkers. Yeah, no,
Jason
he's
Marsden is like
s-
yeah, incredible career. Highly recommend going just checking out his list of things if you are not sure if you're familiar with. There is a high probability you enjoy something he is in.
yeah, definitely. Since we're talking about him, what have you thought so far of his Eddie that we've gotten? Because we've had one whole Eddie centric episode from these 6 that we've watched, but then he's like here and there in some of the others. But from what you've gathered of his Eddie, do you like it or nah?
I'm really enjoying this portrayal because it doesn't feel like it's changing much from what Butch was doing. It's just Eddie older.
Yeah.
It feels like a natural progression of the character. Um, kind of in a similar vein, I guess, to the movies, but they kind of kept him the same age. I like this progression of time that we're seeing with the character, and I think Jason's doing a fantastic job
Hmm.
keeping true to what Butch originally brought, but also adding his own spin to it.
Okay. I can see that.
Yeah.
All right.
And honestly, out of all the characters, I feel like Eddie
has the most potential for that because he's supposed to be older.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, you did forget one of his biggest roles, by the way.
Oh no! Well, I'm gonna kick myself. What was it?
Unless you said it and I just didn't hear it. He plays Thackeray Binks in Hocus Pocus, dude.
Yes! Oh, I forgot that one. He voices him.
I was waiting to see if you were going to say it or not, but
yeah, he voices the cat. He doesn't play the actual boy.
Yeah. He voices the cat. And then there's some other guy. I don't know why they just didn't have the other guy be the cat too. It didn't make
Maybe
sense.
he wasn't
but
good with ADR. That happens.
It was a cat. It was a CG mouth. Like they could just make it work.
Well, I mean, maybe he was just real stale in his performance. That sometimes that Matt Smith is fantastic actor on screen, but if you listen to his audiobooks,
right. Okay, well, I don't have much else for him and or the episode. So do you got anything else that you want to get off your chest today about the Munsters?
Just that next week we look forward to you joining us for Corporate Munsters.
Ooh. I don't know if I'm gonna like that. Or there's gonna be a lot of jokes that we get to make.
And I am done with the spotlights, so everyone who hates this part, you're off the hook.
So we need to find something else to fill in a little bit of the gap then, is what
I
you're
don't
saying.
think we do.
Gotcha. We can keep going. We can talk about how Marilyn is a succubus.
You've really got the community riled up with that one.
I want to know who started spreading it on the internet besides me.
Yeah. Thank you all again for sticking with us for this entire rambling session. Your support means so much to us, and we hope you are enjoying this ride along with us.
Definitely, guys. And don't forget to email us at TheMunsterCast@outlook.com to let us know how you feel about the show, or just, the Munsters in general, what your thoughts are on it, guys. We would love to hear about it. And again, if you guys want to see some extra content, you can also go to youtube.com/@TheMunsterCast, where we upload the podcast, so you get to see our pretty ugly faces there. But we also upload some other Munsters themed videos and stuff like that. And I think recently we have we did like the commentary that we've talked about on the Frankenstein film. We've uploaded a bunch of commercials. We uploaded the skit from the George Lopez show.
Yeah, I saw that you just put that up.
Thankfully, they did not mark it. It has copyright, but you're allowed to put it on there, which is awesome. So that was cool.
We're to monetize our YouTube anyway.
Yeah, no, we don't do that. So definitely check out the YouTube channel, guys, because there's always something coming up over there. And then if you want, swing on over to the MunsterCast.com/merch website, and you can buy some awesome Munsters t-shirts. I've actually seen people locally wearing them that I know, so, and they look really good on other people besides myself. So
I still need to pick up that political one, damn it.
Yeah, especially with the season coming soon. And then guys,
God, don't remind me.
If you guys do want to check out any of these episodes and stuff, remember you can swing on over to patreon.com/TheMunsterCast, where you can sign up and join with our Discord. And I am dropping a link to the videos a week in advance. Every Munster Monday, the new video comes out that we'll be discussing the week after. So you guys can watch ahead of time with us and not get spoils and stuff.
Yeah, and if you enjoy us and want to hear more, you can check out our other show, Operation Babel, which at the time of this recording, the last episode we did was on the new DC movies, but hopefully a new one will be popping up sometime soon.
Definitely check it out. And then I think that's it. I'm tired of this. Tired of talking about it.
I don't know why you're continuing to advertise at the end. I was ready to go.
I don't know, guys. I'm sorry. I'm filling up some time because it seems like we're only at like an hour.
Hey, nothing wrong with a little short one once in a while.
I like going. That's what she said. You're You're welcome, Tivis. All right, guys. With that said, Tivis, any final words today, dude?
Don't drop the soap.
All right, guys. Well, with that said, we will catch you next time as we take another stroll down 1313 Mockingbird Lane.
The lesson I want you to learn is it doesn't matter what you look like. You can be tall or short, or fat or thin, or ugly, or handsome, like your father. Or you can be black or yellow or white. It doesn't matter. What does matter is the size of